Hi, we've been looking at activity two, product requirements, and I thought it would be good just to have a look at some of the research that's out there. I would stress that it's important to go and have a look at trolleys. If you just Google, I've just Googled, you can see here, just Google waste trolley, and you get hundreds and hundreds of ideas that get thrown up. Okay, just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. But certainly some of these early ones I think are interesting. If you look at some of these shapes here, okay, I've opened some of these up. This one here I quite like because it has a separate chassis, so it still has the body. I know it's not exactly the same, but it's fundamentally the same body. Two fixed wheels, one caster on the back, has a brake on it, and obviously this tips up to make it easy to empty. Okay, we have this one here. We did have that one there. Where's it gone? Okay, it's similar to this one basically. So it has a fixed wheel at the front, and actually this body we can tip it up. We can lift the back up and rotate it around this wheel. There's one caster at the back, and this one very similar, but perhaps with two casters as well. Okay, but there's lots of different ideas. Three casters, four casters. Have a look through there. Okay, even something like this one, it's got a steering handle on the front, steers the axle. Could be a possibility. Okay, and once you've got these ideas and you've got your requirements, just have a go at sketching them out. Okay, you don't want to go into the exam and be thinking, right, the first thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to sketch something for the first time. Okay, you want to practice it, you really do. So have some ideas, and we're going to practice them. We're going to practice them next week as well. Okay, so if we just have a quick idea here, um, my tip is always to draw it lightly. Obviously, I'm using electronic screen here, but fundamentally, the shape of my waste trolley is going to stay the same. Okay, so even if I draw lines a little bit wrong, doesn't matter too much at this stage. Okay, so I'm going to put a wheel in here. Okay, so this is going to be my wheel around here, and I'm going to put a caster on the back. Okay, I'm actually going to draw the wheel in the first place, and then draw the little bracket that goes around it. Okay, that's the axle in there. I'm going to think about a handle. I'm going to have a handle. Maybe it's going to be in tube that comes up here, and I'm going to have a bit of reinforcement. Okay, that goes along there. And the idea behind this is that I can tip this. I can tip this up such that when it's tipped up, okay, this is what will happen to the body. So the body will actually go like this. Okay, and the handle will be out here. Right. So once I've drawn it roughly, then I can go over it now. I can think about where I want my lines to go in here. Okay, obviously my handle is going to come down here. Okay, this line's going to carry on down. And there's going to be various things I can't see, so I'm actually going to draw my bracket first there. Obviously the wheel is in front, so I'm going to draw my wheel with my center in here. And then I can draw in what I can see on my body. And obviously my sort of annotation is going to come in here, like this. If you want to, you can make this, actually put that in like that. Okay, so just try and keep it clear. And obviously the main thing again is explain your drawings here. Okay, so I'm going to put a handle in here. I have my caster. Okay, it's a wheel at the front, but it's a fixed wheel. Okay, fixed as in it won't turn. So do explain these things. Yeah, and we can put in here, tips, which is really important. And you can always write down, right, just a little explanation, tips, so it's easy to empty. And the caster makes it easy, if I can spell it, easy to maneuver. Okay, so very quickly, I've got a concept here. I've explained what's on the concept, and I've said why this concept will work. Okay, why it is an improvement. If you want to, you can write this a little bit more down the bottom, a little bit more explanation about that. The other one here, so I could have one that's based on a framework. Okay, to help the rigidity, I could put a framework down here. You see, I should have drawn that light to start with. So I'm going to draw my body like this. Okay, I'll get rid of that. In fact, I don't like that because I'm going to run out. I'm going to run out of room. Bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to bring my framework down here. Okay, it means I can mount my casters onto here. Okay. And you have sort of 40 minutes to draw your concepts, so you can do them a lot more carefully than I'm doing here. But obviously, I've got my body here. Yes, draw a line across. Okay, and I'm going to actually put a sheet metal handle in here. So I'm going to have a sheet metal handle. Okay, something like that. But I'm going to have to put a pivot here. I have to put a hinge on there. And again, this is going to tip up. Okay, so that's going to tip up like this. And then my body will actually do this again to make it easy to empty. Okay, so I'm just going to go over that. Just going to go over that quickly, probably because it's a bit messy. Okay, obviously I'm going to see my handle is going to be here. Yes, I know it's on the other side, but actually I could make my handle out of bamboo. You know, why not have a bamboo handle? Ticks that sustainability box, which is always good. Okay, so my body's going to come down here. Okay, then I have my framework. Right. As I say, you can take a little bit more time over your drawings. A little mount on here. If you want to put in with the bearings, that's fine. Yes. Okay. So that's my wheel here, and obviously that's gonna tip. And maybe I'll have one. So I'll just do one quickly. Maybe I'm gonna have one where the front comes down. Okay. So maybe I'm gonna do it. So this is it like that, and this is it open. Yes. So the front opens like this. Okay. However you do the wheels, don't really mind. One with a caster, maybe something like that. Handle arrangement again is up to it's up to you. Maybe they have a fancy handle. I don't know, a handle that's going to come up here and do that. Okay, so very quickly we can throw some ideas down and have some quite different concepts. Okay, obviously I've got some reinforcement on here. I probably want to keep that idea of reinforcement. Most of these have something on there, okay, that's coming around to actually stop that edge from flexing. Yeah. And if I want to draw it as a cross section, the cross section could look like this, or the cross section could look. I could put a rolled one on it if you think about the coffee cups, okay, and these kind of things. And there's still choices with materials as well. So I quite like this one because it's got some. It has some mesh on it, which didn't work very well. But maybe we could have it with mesh. Maybe we could make it from plastic. Could we make it from wood? Maybe we could make it from plywood. I don't know. Okay, but we'll have a practice drawing these next week and maybe touch on how we take it forward to our final designs. Okay, so please do have a go at that and get prepared for the exam.